So I watched Clovehitch Killer, I think a week or two ago, and I've been wanting to review it just because it seems like the ending has pissed a lot of people off for some reason. This is a movie that came out 7 years ago. So yeah, I'm a bit late to the party, but this is Duncan Skiles, the Clovehitch Killer. Um I mean this movie is great. I don't know why people think the ending is so bad that it makes the whole movie pretty bad. They also think a lot of the things that happen in this movie just aren't realistic. I don't think you guys really know how much stuff serial killers have gotten away with in history. Um Having a guy do a murder in broad daylight and manage to drag a body all the way to the truck has happened so many times, especially in our lifetimes alone. I'm only 25 years old, so you that's not even a lot of time, and I can tell you I've seen a bunch of videos where people were able to get away with stuff like this. So this movie's not unrealistic, but I'll get to the actual movie itself. I do like that this is essentially just a thriller version of Lady Bird. Lady Bird was another movie in 2018. Another one of another fantastic movie. It's an all-time liked movie, and I like that this movie has the same vibe and tone to it. Everything is kind of calm, collected. Even towards the end, where they find the dad, everything's not exaggerated or loud. When you have scenes where Charlie Plummer's yelling at his mom, he's doing it in like such a polite manner, and I think it is just because this film, on a base level, is a church family who's trying to be respectful to each other throughout the entire movie. It kind of kills some of the vibes in this movie. The scene where they catch his dad could have been a bit more up the ante, I guess you could say. The scene where I just said where he's yelling at his mom, he's just saying no, no. He's a young kid and he's kind of in his rebellious phase. I mean, he stole his dad's truck. He's drinking soda. He's doing all this. Drinking soda is like a sin to them. And why not just have one scene of him yelling at his mom? But he really does love his family, and I'll get to that at the end of the movie. But throughout this movie, I mean, Dylan McDermott is insane. This is I'd have to rewatch a lot of 2018 movies. It's one of my favorite film years ever, but it's one of the most impressive performances I've seen of that year alone. I mean, he is so good at playing this dad who's so lovey-dovey and happy all the time. But the second he gets into his serial killer phase, he's just straight and collected, and he's barely screaming when he's doing it. And when he's doing the dressing up as the other woman he's killed in the past to remake the photos, he's getting like a little excited, a little antsy. He's just so perfect. Oh, I wish he had more roles like this. I watched a couple of his other movies. Maybe he just needs to do another serial killer movie or TV show or something. If for lack of better terms, he kills the role perfectly. Charlie Plummer is okay. I think it's more of the director's fault that he doesn't really do anything outlandish or exciting in this movie, but not a fault, but it's just his choice. As for Madison Beatty, I think she's fine. She's probably the second best character in this whole movie. Like I said, there's nothing really much to talk about for these other characters besides McDermott. Everyone's very collected in this movie. I mean, even Beatty is supposed to be this other school rebellion uh detective type of character. I mean, she's just okay. She's good. She does her job, but she never like pushes the boundaries of like what these other characters are kind of stuck in. The mom, the sibling, they're both fine. As for the other kids, I do like. I do like the scene where Madison Beatty calls out the kid for being gay while he's in his Christian Boy Scouts club. That was great, but you don't really get much from the other students. It's mostly just Madison Beatty, Charlie Plummer, and Dylan McDermott movie, which is fine because Dylan McDermott could have probably just been in this movie alone, and this movie would have had the same exact rating for me, to be honest. The detective side of this movie is great. I think Charlie Plummer's scene where he goes the second time to the shed is fantastic. I like that he finds the map for the secret layer thing, and he goes in there and he finds all the stuff about his dad. I just wish he wasn't so gullible to believe his dad immediately that it was his uncle. It could have been gullibleness, but it also could just be he wants to be delusional enough to believe that it's not his dad, and I see that's a main problem with a lot of these uh a lot of the reactions to this movie. I mean, this is a young kid. His whole life he believed his dad was his hero. His dad was a superhero. I mean, look at the way his dad acts throughout the first act and a half of this movie. He's such an exciting and great loving father and husband. You know, you can't really expect him to be something like this even if you are dating someone who's been digging into this for years and is even kind of suspicious of him as well. Um I don't know why that's such a problem. The ending of this movie I personally like. No, there's no world where the victims always win. Sometimes some serial killers or rapists or thugs or any of these type of people, they get away with what they've done. Yes, they had a choice to take that pain away from the victims of the families that had their wives or sisters or daughters murdered, but the son, Charlie Plummer, really wanted his family to just have this security that their dad was never a bad guy and there never was a wrong choice. Or maybe the mom made a mistake having sex with a monster and having two kids with him. It's okay. I don't know why people are overreacting to the ending of this movie. It genuinely is okay. When I finished it, I was like, it's a bit strange. But it really isn't bad. Having the bad guy win sometimes isn't necessarily the worst thing to do. I mean, not every story has a happy ending. The only weird thing I didn't like about this movie was the funeral slash wake scene where Charlie's character goes up on the stage and says how much he loves his dad. But I think he was just more talking about his dad, and he never said anything else about his character. Um, I don't know. I really don't see the problem with this movie. People overreacting to it. They don't even talk about the fundamentals or technical ability of this movie. This movie looks great. Like I said, it feels just like Lady Bird. I think Lady Bird is such a great looking movie. This movie has that same autumn, small town vibe as Lady Bird. The ending isn't bad. The story isn't bad. The decisions can be questionable, but sometimes it's just how life works. You can't have a perfect story in every single movie or book you read. I'm giving Clovehitch Killer an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think some of the acting is way too limited. It could have been pushed way farther. I think Dylan McDermott has one of the best performances I've ever seen, especially for a thriller movie. It's absolutely stunning. He is so great at playing a sociopath. He's amazing. And like I said, as for the decisions made in this movie, I don't have a problem with them. If you do, you can discuss them with me in the comments below, or if I have a community post later about this. I really don't see anything wrong with this movie. That's just sometimes how life works out, and unfortunately, you just have to deal with it. It is just a movie after all.